All right. We back. Q, we about to do something real informal, man. This is not quite the podcast, but this is should I call this after hours? What we gonna call this segment, man?
Emergency pod.
It's like a spin-off nightcap. What do you mean? Come on, man.
It is.
You guys see the title in the video because I'm pretty sure we're gonna put this up on YouTube, not our audio, but we're here to talk about one guy today, or actually. Shoot, with as many personalities as he has, this is like he's like
Jesus
in one. I'm gonna be real with you. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Sunday. It's not Sunday, my brother. We're here with the heathens because Playboi Carti just dropped his new album called I Am Music, and man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I normally don't do this, but I stayed up for this newest drop. I stayed up because I swore that shit was coming out at 12, just like everybody else. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what? I want to hear it when it drops. And then I see tweets go out, 12 a.m. Pacific time. I'm like, wait, well, hold on. So we got to wait till 3 a.m.? Do you know that I was actually up? Bro, like I actually stayed up because I wasn't tired. I'm chilling watching ESPN. Next thing you know, I say, man, I'm bored. All right, bet. Let me just watch some YouTube. I fall asleep. Fast forward to 7 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. and I'm like, okay, let me see this thing. Oh, snap, it's finally out. It just dropped. And I sent it to you, and then and now we're here, man. So I know you did a whole review, listed out on rgm.com, or ratingsgamemusic.com, I should say. But Q, man, talk to me, man. What you think of the album, man? Like,
yeah, man. I had a similar story. Let me talk about my story. I gotta tell my story.
Talk to me.
You know, I try to get a little pregame nap because I do all these album reviews. It's every week. It's every Thursday. I get a little pregame nap in after I eat some food. 9 o'clock till like 10:30. No, even 9 o'clock to maybe like 11:30. Catch whatever games on TNT. You know, in this case, it was Warriors versus Sacramento. I actually missed the whole game. But, you know, that's my way of like getting ready for these albums. So I do it, and then I get a text from you saying it ain't coming out till 3 a.m. I was like, all right. Still slept on the couch like a damn deadbeat. Woke up at 3. Still didn't come out. I was like, and thankfully, you know, shout out to Ilea, shout out to Luna. They were doing the other releases that came out. My sole focus was on Playboi Carti, I Am Music. So I said, whenever I Am Music is coming out, I'm going to do the work. Woke up at 3. Still didn't come out. And I'm looking at all the tweets and stuff going back and forth talking about, oh, yeah, Playboi Carti, you know, just finishing up the mixing. Oh, yeah, you know, this, that. Woke up at like 6. Still not out. They're like, it's going to be out any minute. And it wasn't until about 7 when I actually was awake, normal time, waking up, that it came out. And the funny thing is, this is the first time on a Thursday I got 10 hours of sleep. I got 10. They recommend, RFK Jr. recommends 8 hours of sleep. I got 10. So, you know, here we are.
Listen, we here to talk about the music, man. Or should I say I Am Music, man. I saw a lot of people covering this. I think this shit damn near broke the internet. At a certain point when I was streaming, I didn't even think that, you know, I had to go on YouTube Music. It wasn't even on Spotify at first, and then it finally came on Spotify, and I said, all right, bet, let me hit play. And
yeah, because it's called Music on Spotify. It's called Music on like Apple Music. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, yo, that must have been a hell of a lawsuit. They said you cannot name your album I Am Music.
What's funny is the album artwork says I Am Music still, right?
Yeah, it does.
But the actual like name of the album on the DSPs is Music, which is, I don't know, it don't get more generic than that. Listen, I remember going back, we had a whole episode with Elsie, shout out Elsie, where we talked about Playboi Carti, if you remember. And I was telling you guys, then I said, bro, like, do you know how ambitious it is to call your album I Am Music? Like that, do you understand what kind of like statement this guy is making before the music even drops? It's insane, right? How can you live up to an album called I Am Music? And if we're talking about trap music, rap music, post Kendrick Lamar, Drake battle, it's been a desert out here. Can we just keep it a buck? It's been a desert, bro, in terms of music, things to get excited for. And I thought Playboi, I thought he did his thing, man. I thought he delivered. I thought he actually met the mark on the hype. He played with the streamers' hearts. He played with the fans' hearts. He toyed with them. He did everything he could to get the anticipation up, and the music actually did not disappoint. So I mean, from that standpoint, do you feel that? Do you feel the same way, or you feel like he exceeded expectations? What you think?
So, I mean, when you talking about I Am Music, he called it I Am Music, essentially saying music is nothing without me. That's essentially what he's saying. I dictate where the music world goes. And I think he delivered when it came to that, man. I think he delivered. You know why? Because of the versatility. So let me just say, first off, what was I expecting from this album? Like, what was I expecting from this Playboi Carti I Am Music album that we waited? This dude pump fake more than DeMar DeRozan trying to bring it out. What I was looking for was some of the things that he was doing on the collaborations. I was looking for Timeless Part 2, that he had with The Weeknd. I was looking for all his cartoon characters. I was looking for the guest appearances to be high profile. I was looking for some experimenting. I was looking for some commercial. And I think he gave us all of that on this album. You know what's interesting? Somebody actually cussed me out on my post that I did. I said the album started out with Pop Out, right? And I thought Pop Out, what I said was, if you're a true Carti fan, you have to appreciate songs like Pop Out. And the person cussed me out. He said, the hell you mean if you're a true Carti fan, you got to appreciate that. If the song is good, the song is good. It don't matter who made it. And I responded. I said, yo, like, some people get more freeway to experiment. And Playboi Carti is one of those people. And I thought Pop Out was one of the more experimental songs on the album. Probably like top 3, top 4 most experimental songs on the album, right? There was the Rockstar one, right? There was some cocaine. What was it called? Cocaine Magic or whatever.
Cocaine Nose. It's Cocaine Nose.
Cocaine Nose. That was probably the most experimental song on the album. But I thought Pop Out was a pretty experimental song that he started the album with. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty dope.
Okay.
And I think as a Carti fan, that's just what comes with him. It's one of those songs that you got to just appreciate.
Hey, look. First of all, okay, there's the intro. Like, this, I'll just say plainly, like, this album was very mixtapey to me, right? Like,
at times,
if you compare this album to like his last one and even Die Lit, like, I felt like sonically it was more consistent across the board in terms of the production, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This one was a bit all over the place, but I liked it though. I liked the fact that you got the pop outs, you got the Philly sound like a song that Migos would make. Like the ad libs from Travis Scott, like it just sounded like it sounded like some old school Migos. I heard then you get the trim with Future. He's a bit all over the place. He gave you every side of him, if you will. The deep voice Carti, baby voice Carti. He gave you everything, man, and I really enjoyed that.
Inhaled helium Carti.
You know what I mean? He gave you all of that, man.
I think there's so many songs that I feel like are gonna get slept on. I thought Crush was really good. I thought Crush,
bro. I thought that choir, the choir.
Yeah, with the choir. I thought Crush was really good. I thought Evil Jordan was good, but I mean, I just felt like sometimes it felt like he was rambling. But like the beat on Evil Jordan is so tight. That's actually one of the songs he brought out earlier.
I was about to say that. Was that not the one where he sampled the song he did with Madonna and The Weeknd? That was the one, right? Evil Jordan.
I think so. Yeah.
Popular. Yeah. Remember the song? Hey, don't need these to be popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, popular.
That joint? Yeah. I love Evil Jordan. I actually like that song a lot. Philly. let's just go with the standouts, man. For me, bro, Backdoor.
Oh,
Really,
God, Backdoor
the
was so
first
good.
half of the damn album
Backdoor
is
was so
phenomenal, bro. Like Philly, Mojo, JoJo, bro.
Mojo Jojo
yo,
was
Kendrick
so
with the ad libs, bro.
fire.
Bro, the last time Kendrick did ad
So
libs,
fire.
I
Yeah.
believe it won a Grammy, which was King's Dead. Did he? Was he not just on the ad libs on
He
that
did.
song
He
as well?
did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He
yeah.
also was on the ad
I
libs.
mean, he did it with
Win championships, right?
A one that a lot of people forget, Under the Sun with J. Cole, The Baby. Actually, he was on the chorus, right?
He was on the
chorus,
hook.
but
No, this was different.
Yeah, he was on the hook. But yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar's ad libbing is like, I love when he ad libs. It's awesome.
Hey, listen, I don't give two. I could give two shits what Kanye talking about. Like Kanye talking about, yo, I ain't need Kendrick on this album. Come on, bro.
That made no sense. That made no sense. So
hell is he
out of the
talking about?
three, there's three Kendrick songs, right? There's Mojo Jojo, Backdoor, and Good Credit. What was your favorite Kendrick feature?
Ooh, well, first and foremost, I thought he had three different types of what you would call contributions on all three of those songs. They were all different, right? Good Credit, he gave you a full blown feature, right? I believe Backdoor, he was on the hook and he did like the bridge. And if I'm not mistaken, on Mojo Jojo, it was just simply ad libs all throughout.
Just ad libs. Yeah.
I kind of prefer what he did on Backdoor just because I felt like that was the most fully executed collaboration, in my personal opinion, if we're just talking about musically speaking. However, Mojo Jojo, dog. Mojo Jojo, yo, if that joint was performed, yo, I can only imagine, yo, just seeing that song performed, just him on stage with him, just hyping him up, that would get the biggest performance. I mean, reception, if you will. What you think?
You know, I thought, you know what Backdoor reminded me of? It reminded me of a Kendrick Lamar and SZA collab. You know what I'm saying? Where Kendrick Lamar's kind of doing that whole, like, you know, soft R&B thing. And, you know, Playboi Carti playing SZA in this case. So I thought Backdoor was really good. Very good song. Well put together song.
Absolutely.
Good Credit. You know, when I first heard Good Credit, I didn't know Kendrick Lamar was on it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know, as a standalone Playboi Carti song, this joint's pretty good.
Okay.
But then when Kendrick came on, that's actually a very good verse. That's equivalent to Like That verse. I think it's very similar to Like That. And the aggression that he's rapping with, the shots he's taking, and just kind of like going off on a chaotic beat. But like I said, I think Mojo Jojo is probably my favorite song on the album.
Is it really?
Like, Mojo Jojo is my favorite song on the album. My personal favorite song on the album is Mojo Jojo.
I hear that.
I just feel like it was flawless. It was just perfectly done. But I can see that changing.
Yeah.
So that's
I agree with that. I mean, you know, the last part that you said, like, as far as I can see that changing, I agree with that word for word, because I've heard this album about 4 times as of this recording, and I've been going back and forth already about 4 times on my top 5, my top 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. As of right now, my top 3 songs: Mojo Jojo, I like Philly, and I like probably damn. It's tough. But I'm gonna go Hood by Air. You know, it's funny about Hood by Air because that joint came out way before
Air.
HBA,
Wow.
right? HBA. So that was actually
that's a good ass song.
That was the only drop that was previously dropped in the whole 2024 wave of Carti that made the actual album. And
no, Evil
I think
Jordan, right? Evil Jordan.
No, Evil Jordan didn't come out.
Evil Jordan was out. No, Evil Jordan was out. Evil Jordan was out. I know for a fact.
No.
Evil
The sample, the popular sample, that
no,
song came out.
Evil Jordan was out. I watched.
Right. Was it
I
called
went
Evil
back
Jordan?
and it was called Evil Jordan. I reviewed it. I looked
Fair
back.
enough.
That's how I know it's a fact.
I stand corrected.
I believe
If that's the case,
K-pop,
listen,
I believe was out too.
I stand corrected. If that's the case, well, fair enough. There's been more than one. But in my opinion, I think the best joint that came from pre-album is Hood by Air. Hood by Air is fire, bro. It's fire.
Hood by Air is
really fire.
Hood by Air is phenomenal. And then you know, I'm just looking. My top 5 which, like I said, it will change. I got Mojo Jojo. I really like the Weeknd song. I'm a commercial. You know me. I'm a commercial guy. I love commercial songs. And I thought the Weeknd Rather Lie was a good little commercial R&B.
Bro, it's a nice little Target song.
I like it.
You know what I mean?
I like
nice little Target song.
It's a nice. I love
I can
commercial
hear the song
songs.
when I'm shopping at Target. You know what I mean?
You mean skews? So many skews.
Yeah, that's a skew.
I love
song.
Backdoor. Backdoors in my top 5. Phillies in my top 5. But let's talk about sleepers, because there was a bunch of sleepers on this album that I thought did not give credit. I'll give you one that I thought nobody I heard mention.
Go ahead, give it to me.
I liked Fine-ish. I like that song. I thought that, to me, once again, I'm a commercial guy. I lean that way. And I thought that song had one of the better hooks. I thought the production was enjoyable. And I just thought it was one of the commercial songs that you need casual Playboi Carti fans to appreciate. So I like that song.
Okay.
Bro, I had to double take. I was like, why do I like Toxic so much, though? But Playboi Carti's not on the song, though.
Yeah.
But, dog, that song is so good to me.
Nah, it's good.
Toxic.
It's good.
Wow.
Yo, okay. Those are actually really good selections, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Those are not my sleepers, but if I would consider sleepers, it would be them joints too, for sure. So for me, I would say my sleepers number one would be Crank. Dog, I just really love the energy on Crank. Dog, Crank
is good.
By the time I got to Crank, because if you remember, like we talked about, that first 10 to 12 songs is like, them joints is back to back to back to back, right? Yeah, then after you get past Toxic, it's like you get Munyan. I was like, I don't know about this one.
I had Munyan as one of the lesser rated songs.
Yeah, but then by the time it got the Crank, I woke back up. I said, whoa, hold on, what's going on here? You know, and just
you went right back to sleep, because Charge Them Hoes a Fee was right after that, which that was another one. I was like,
I ain't like that song at all, man. I'm be real. Especially Playboi Carti's part. I didn't like his part on that song.
Carti's part either.
The second sleeper for me is probably going to be, and this is not even going to be a sleeper. How could this be one? Because it has a dude on it should not be slept on at all. But it got to be Trim with Future. I think that that's going to be a song that to me is going to bubble up to being one of the more popular ones. And it's not just because of the two big heavy hitter names, right? I think just the production is very slowed, not melodic, but mellow. The pace of the song, it takes some getting used to, especially with all the hypeness going around it from, in the track list. But yeah, Trim to me, man, that was one of those for me. Definitely one of those.
I would be remiss, because think about this, guys. This is a 30-track album. We have to iterate that. This is a 30-track album, so I'm looking and just seeing a bunch of stuff. Like, Lil Uzi Vert was on this album twice. And I thought, I liked Jumpin'. I liked Jumpin' a lot. I liked Jumpin'. The other one, Twin Trim, just didn't make sense to me. I just didn't understand the reason for Twin Trim. But Jumpin' was dope. I thought Jumpin' was dope.
Yo, shout out to Uzi, man. I'm glad him and Playboi are homies. I saw Kai Cenat do a phone. He did a FaceTime with Playboi, and he was talking about his relationship with Uzi and said that's my homie. So no beef, obviously. I mean, I know there was some speculation, but
their beef was fake. That joint was fake.
Yeah, exactly. But bro, I wasn't feeling Uzi on his album. I wasn't feeling his contributions. He was one of the weaker collaborations to me on this joint. He was. Even Ty Dolla $ign. Even Ty Dolla $ign, what he did on that
was terrible.
You thought you thought he was bad?
I don't like the song. I don't like the song.
There we go.
All. Not one bit. I thought I was like, what is this? I did not like that song. Maybe the beat. I didn't like the beat. Come on, guys. We're not just gonna throw Young Thug on something and just say Young Thug's on it. Like, I didn't like that.
You know the problem with that song? The problem with that song with Thug on it is, it seemed like his vocals were just raw. They didn't add any effects. It was just It's like it wasn't mixed properly. And I hate being that person that talks about, oh man, the mixing wasn't good. I literally despise people. My stomach hurts when people start talking about, I didn't like the mixing on music, but like
You do it a lot though.
Nah, I actually don't. I don't talk about mixing. Nah, not at all. I talk about production. That's not the same.
Okay. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. So what is the? So we gave the top 5 songs. What are the 5 worst songs on the album? So I can start that. I did not like. We already talked about "Charge Them Hoes." I didn't like that song. Munyon. I didn't like that.
It's Munyon, man. Get your Atlanta swag up.
Munyon.
Do you even know? Do you know what it is? Do you even know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
God, it means money. It's money, bro.
Ain't that a R&B singer?
It's Munyon.
Money Long.
You ain't got that Munyon, bro.
We Need All the Vibes. I didn't care for. I didn't care for OPM Baby. Maybe because, with all the stuff that's going on with people getting fired. Olympian. Here, I have a question for you. How did you feel about Like Wheezy? I feel like some people, adults, would think it's absolute trash. But I saw the vision. I don't understand why he called it Wheezy, but I saw the vision.
Call me
Was
crazy.
It trash or?
Call me crazy. First off, I like the song. I like Weezy.
Okay.
But what was funny was the song Radar to me was a song I felt was one that was more of paying homage to Weezy. It almost had more of
Radar
that feel to me.
Radar sound like Jeezy. That sound like a Jeezy joint.
I don't know, but
got.
Not
That's by the way, Metro. That's the one produced by Metro Boomin, right? That's Radar. Yeah, that had more of a Jeezy.
Definitely the Jeezy feel. Nah, for sure.
Yeah,
but the way he was rapping on it, I don't know. It gave me Wayne vibes. For anyway, it don't matter. But I like Weezy. I do like it. I do like that song.
Okay, I just wanted to know that. I just wanted to see.
But look, I want to talk to you though, because remember we had this talk recently about the Drake album more recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Some
remember,
sexy songs for you,
right? And remember, I told you I'm not a huge fan of people who rely on cookie cutter reasons as to why they don't like projects, right? And one of them, one of the go-to excuses is people saying the album's too long, right? This is by definition a long ass album, right? There's no way around it. I get it. Runtime, it was only about an hour, so it didn't feel long technically, but it was a lot of tracks. Do you feel like we should take off points from this album just due to the sheer amount of songs on IM Music? What are your thoughts on that?
No. I mean, remember, I told you. I don't like long albums, but particularly I don't like long albums when it's like generic. Like I thought Some Sexy Songs for You had a bunch of R&B tracks that kind of sounded the same. So I don't know if I can do 17, 18 tracks of that. But this one, Playboi Carti, like you said it yourself, he had 4 different voices, a bunch of different guest appearances. The production was very versatile and diverse. So it was like, it didn't feel like 30, like you said. Also, it never got stale. That's one thing about Carti that I love. Like, you can't tell me you're bored listening to a Carti album. Same thing with Ken Carson. Same thing with Destroy Lonely. Their stuff don't get boring. So, now granted, if I always say this and somebody cuts me out again online, I said, if you stop this album at 11, mind you, Illmatic is like 11 songs. The Blueprint is like 13, maybe. If you stop this album at 11, which would be Toxic at 11, this is a borderline classic. This is a borderline classic. Granted, you can add a couple. I know there's a couple more songs that are really good on the album, but if you stopped it, if you stopped it, you got Charge Them Hoes up out of there. You got Munyon up out of there, and threw in Trim or HBA. Like, if you know how they say, pick pick your best squad if you're gonna go against like worldwide talent in the Olympics for basketball.
Yeah.
If Carti were to pick his best 15 songs from this album, it can go toe to toe with anything I heard in the last 5 years from a hip hop standpoint.
Hey, look.
His best 15. It'll go toe to toe. Name the album. This joint is just as good.
Look.
Best 15. You know? So.
I rock with the take, you know, but he didn't do it right. So he gave us 30 instead of that 12 that you're talking about. You probably would have won it, or you're saying would have made it even better than it is now. Look, I'm with you though as far as that sort of opinion you gave about the entertainment factor, man. I think Carti is just entertaining. That's just a word I can use.
That's what I was going to say.
In a world where rappers are very monotonous, they're giving us the same records, we're telling them to switch the flow up. You can't say none of that about Carti. Dude, literally, okay, you can say, all right, I don't like that particular style of him, but you can't say he does the same thing on every song. That is literally not a criticism of Carti. And trust me, that's a good thing when it comes to trap music, when it comes to rap music. To me, I give major points to people who can do that exact point, is to keep the different styles fresh and to put it over the course and to use it over the course of a whole album. And I think, like I was telling you before we got on this, I think Carti is mostly style. He's all style to me. He's all style. Like his superpower is his style, his approach to the music, his willingness to try different flows, different voices, different tones. Like it's fire, man. Like it's really that dope. Like I can't even hate on it. He's one of the ones. He's one of the ones.
Also, there was something I wanted to mention. There was a word I wanted to use is an experience. Like I really appreciate these days an artist that gives you an experience. Like Kendrick Lamar is really good at giving you an experience. Playboi Carti is really good at giving an experience. What's an experience? An experience is when you're gonna press play on this album, you're gonna get taken on a roller coaster ride and you have no clue where it's going to take you, but it's going to be entertaining. And so this album is a roller coaster ride. It's entertaining. Is it the greatest music you ever heard in your life? That's up to you, but it's entertaining. So well final take, a grade. And
I'll go first.
Actually two final takes, a grade and where does it stack in his catalog? Just, you know, based off of right now.
I'll go first. I'll go first if you don't mind. So look, grading this is tough because on first listen, bro, I gave it an A off rip. I said, yo, nah, this joint's crazy. Oh my God. Like it's flawless. The more I kept listening, I started hearing different things, different songs that I felt could have been left off. The more I listened, the less I thought of certain features that I heard first go round. Didn't love the Thug feature. Didn't love the Uzi contribution. Where on the flip side, I do love the Kendrick contribution. So I thought the features were good overall. But yeah, man, I think from the standpoint of this 30 songs, there's too many songs that I would say I didn't think were great. So as far as a grade is concerned, I'm still giving it very high based on everything I said before. So I'd give it a strong B. This is a strong B. This is like if I were to give this a number grade, this is about an 8.4. Is 8.5 somewhere around there to me out of 10. That's where I'm going with it.
That's about the same for me. I would give it
and where does this rank in his discography? I would say this is a better album. The music on this to me is better than Whole Lotta Red as a whole, but as an album, like as an actual album, collection of songs, theme mixed with the execution of the imagery, all of the above, I would probably rank Whole Lotta Red above this.
Whoa!
Yeah, I would. I'm dead. This is my first impression. I'm giving you the real. Whole Lotta Red is like that, dog. Whole Lotta Red is one of those. Let's be real. Like, don't even I know we're in the moment. Everybody wants to crown this, and they're probably gonna kill me for this, but it's cool. Whole Lotta Red is a better album experience to me. But there's better individual songs on this album than Whole Lotta Red, if that makes any sense to you.
Yes, I understand. This is what people were saying about Carter 2 versus Carter 3. Carter 2 is just harder. Carter 2 is just a better album. And Carter 3 had the better songs. And then you look at which one aged better. It was Carter 3. But
depending on who you ask, but I feel you're right. Those were his biggest songs. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
For me, I give it a B. I give it a B. Like one of those Bs that cannot be persuaded down to a C plus or anything like that. 80 something, I would say. I have 81, but that's more of a grading, like because of how I graded everything. But if you ask me just like off the top of my head, I would give it like an 85, 86. What he was able to do was miraculous with his back against the wall. This is like, LeBron scoring 37 in a game 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, he delivered. Is it 50? It's not quite 50. It's not quite a triple double.
Right.
But you can't say he did not show up. You cannot say he choked. Like, all the pump faking and all the, is he gonna drop? Is he gonna drop? Drop. Like, he dropped, and I'm satisfied. You cannot walk away from this album saying it's trash. You cannot walk away from this album saying he did not deliver. Only thing you can walk away from is saying, maybe I would have took this song out. Maybe this feature would have been a little better. That's it. So I give it a B. In terms of where it stacks, I just rated all his albums, so I just listened to everything. I think it's his best album.
Okay, whoa.
And I think as
like
time,
best, like easily best or debatable best. What are we talking about here?
I have Die Lit as his best album before that. So I have. So
Over
right now, the way I
so
have.
Before this album, you're saying Die Lit you believed was his best.
So I think Die Lit is his best album personally. So I have.
Nah.
I have.
But okay, I respect it.
I have this album. I have Die Lit. Then I have Playboi Carti. Then I have Whole Lotta Red. I really didn't like Whole Lotta Red.
You think Whole Lotta Red
I did not like Whole Lotta Red.
Yo,
personally, I didn't like Whole Lotta Red.
Shout out to my NYC people. You're bugging, and your take is not trim. Okay,
that was not trim. I don't care all these words that these people are using.
It ain't trim, my boy.
Yeezy, that's his Yeezus moment, right? Whole Lotta Red is his Yeezus moment. I thought it was a little too experimental, but whatever. It's still, it's all good. Whatever you
that's
people.
Insane. But okay,
this to me is his best album. I think that what I said was he was efficient on this album. He was versatile on the album. The guest appearances worked for me. And just the overall experience was a good one. Like, I walk away from this album saying, like, this guy is actually pretty good at what he does. So,
look, well said. I don't agree with you at all on the ranking of your Playboi Carti discography, but hey, we can make that a question to the people, man. We'll see where they think this new album stacks amongst his discography. That'll definitely be a poll question, 100%.
Let me show this. This is by the way, shout out RGM, the site. I don't know if you can see that, but this is how it's graded right now. 161 people said it's an A, 124 said it was a B. 90 is at 98 said it was a C.
Right.
What does that say?
Was this
49 said it's a D, and 86 people said it was a F. F.
No.
Damn.
You know what? I feel confident if we were to just simply use those stats. I feel confident in my B because I feel confident. I feel confident in my B.
154 said B. That's the second most. The most was an A, but a lot of times that just happens because people are just clicking.
Glazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Glazing. Exactly.
That's the word. That's the problem.
Yo, man, I like this. This was fun, man. Like, we should do this again. This felt cool. Like, I like this. This is chill. This is relaxed. Like, I feel like.
What's the next big album?
Bro, can you imagine if we did this emergency pod during the Drake Kendrick battle? Oh my god.
I can't imagine because I was in North Carolina eating soul food, brother. But hey, Will Smith is about to drop an album.
All
Will
right.
Smith.
Listen, sorry.
Emergency pop for Will Smith.
Hey, I'll be sleeping. Wake me up. Okay? Wake me up.
It drops.
I got better things to do, my boy. That's it. Better things.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Like scratch your ass.
Matter of fact, that'll be one of those episodes you can do by yourself. How about that?
Just open up the Riverside app, brother.
There you go. All right, man. That was our Playboi Carti I Am Music review. Y'all make sure to let us know what you guys think in the comments, man. This will be up there. We want to engage with you guys. We're definitely going to ask you some poll questions on our Twitter. Make sure to follow us on all the socials. Y'all know what to do. I'm Uche. That's QD. We're out.
QDZ for sheezy. It's way too easy.